If there's anything frightening you right now, there's the number to call, and Chris will talk to you after the headlines from Dermot.
Thanks. Good morning. The Bank of England is due to make an announcement on interest rates in an hour's time, with business and unions calling for a 1% cut. But there are fears in the city that the bank's Monetary Policy Committee will make a smaller cut, or indeed none at all. The China manufacturer Royal Doulton has announced it's cutting 1,000 jobs because of falling sales. More than half of those losing their jobs will be made redundant just after Christmas. The company's profits have been hit by poor exports due to the strong pound. And French police hunting the killer of the British schoolgirl Caroline Dickinson have arrested a vagrant in Marseille. The man is said to bear a strong resemblance to a recent artist's impression, and a DNA sample has been taken. Caroline was murdered at a youth hostel in Brittany in 1996. That's it for now. Join Carol Barnes and me for the lunchtime news at 12:30. Till then, goodbye.
Hello, good morning. Staff at the historic Theatre Royal in Bury St Edmunds are continuing to clear up after a fire which took hold in the stage area. It happened during a technical rehearsal of the pantomime Aladdin. Tonight is supposed to be the opening night. Staff are now deciding when the show can go on.
This year's Christmas pantomime Aladdin should have opened tonight, but a fire on the stage which spread through scenery and props has probably put paid to that. An emergency meeting is now taking place to make a final decision. Staff are devastated.
Pretty wretched, actually. It's the sort of thing that you read about happening to other theatres. It happened to Colchester last year, almost exactly at the same time. No, the year before, almost exactly at the same time. It's the worst feeling in the world, and in this building, which is historically probably the most important theatre in the country, if not in Europe, it's kind of devastating if there's any structural damage.
30 firefighters tackled the blaze at the historic building, which is owned by the National Trust. There's been slight smoke and water damage to the Grade 1 listed building. Theatregoers are being asked to wait for an announcement later today on whether the show will go on. Greg Milam, Anglia News.
And we've just heard there are no performances at the theatre before the weekend, but they are hoping to put the panto on as from Monday. A new move to improve the training of police dogs is to be trialled in Essex. A new inspection programme to oversee police dog training has been developed after Home Office discussions with the RSPCA and the National Canine Defence League. It follows the conviction last month of 3 police officers from Essex on dog cruelty charges. Police in Norwich have issued a warning to school children to be on their guard after a man tried to abduct a 10-year-old boy. It happened in Firs Road in Thorpe St Andrew. The man grabbed the boy and tried to pull him away. The boy kicked out and managed to escape. Members of a wheelchair basketball team from Suffolk have been attempting a world record. Their challenge was to pull a 4-ton plane half a kilometre. It's the first time anything like this has been attempted.
It's no easy feat using brute force to pull a twin-engine Cessna along a runway, but these wheelchair users are prepared for the challenge. A few warm-up exercises, a quick briefing.
When we get to the hangar, it's then an uphill, and the last 50 yards is a hard uphill onto the customs apron.
And they're ready for action.
3, 2, 1, go!
These members of the Suffolk Braves Wheelchair Basketball Club are trying to raise £4,500 for a basketball trip to Canada.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It was hard work keeping the plane moving. The wheelchairs encountered a spot of wheel spin because of the wet ground. But with a lot of effort, their mission was accomplished.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was 16 minutes, 20 seconds. Well done. Brilliant.
It's the first time anything like this has been attempted. The team now hope to get into the record books. Lucy Alexander, Anglia News.
Well, that's all the Anglia News so far this morning. We're back with a lunchtime bulletin just before 12:20. Until then, it's goodbye.
Anglia and Sun Life, helping you plan for tomorrow. The weather will be rather grey and cloudy with just a few bright spells. Patchy drizzle will give way to some heavier rain by evening. The night will be misty with further rain and drizzle at times, but staying mild. Tomorrow, rain and drizzle will slowly clear from the east to leave the rest of the day dry with a little sunshine.
Welcome back. Still loads to come on today's show. In just a second, Santa will be here with more wonderful Christmas messages. And this could be your child.